Standing in front of this phenomenal Capitol dome with a gold leaf roof here in Hartford, Connecticut, the state capital. I'm Paul Comfort, and on this episode of Transit Unplugged TV, we take you into all things Connecticut. We're going to show you some amazing scenes at the Mark Twain House, a castle. I even get to drive a ferry across a river. Plus, we have some really interesting interviews with legendary rock singers, the leaders of Styx and of REO Speedwagon. They talk about some of their experiences with transportation and all the food, fun, and culture of the state and the public transportation with their CEO, Ben Limmer. Come on, it's going to be a great time. Come along with us on this episode.
Hey, Paul, welcome to Hartford, Connecticut. Great to see you.
All right, man. Thanks for having us up.
Here. Absolutely. We are on the grounds of the state capitol, Bushnell Park, which is one of the nation's oldest publicly funded parks. You have the lovely arch entryway into downtown Hartford. And I'm looking forward to riding some transit, eating some food, and looking forward to our time together. So, Paul, Connecticut is full of firsts.
Okay.
We invented the hamburger.
Invented the hamburger.
Absolutely. Great for your arteries.
Yeah.
We also invented the submarine and helicopter, the wiffle ball and frisbee for sports. Absolutely. And also the lollipop and Pez to keep your...
Pez! I love Pez candy.
We all do, Paul. We are also home to two major TV corporations.
Okay.
ESPN, of course.
Sports.
And the World Wrestling Federation.
In Connecticut.
Absolutely. And on top of that, we also have one of the most prestigious universities in the world, in Yale University, located in New Haven.
Yeah.
We will see that while you are here as well.
That's awesome.
This is Corning Fountain. It's been here since 1899. And if you look at the top, there is a stag, otherwise known as a hart. It is the Hart in Hartford.
It's just like the insurance company. They have that.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
We are, of course, the insurance capital of the country. So hence the connection, Hart in Hartford.
All right. First up, Ben and I visited the home of one of America's greatest writers, Mark Twain. Here in Hartford, Connecticut, we step back in time inside the beautiful Victorian home where Twain lived and wrote many of his most famous stories. From his cozy office where classics like The Adventures of Tom Sawyer came to life, to the family's warm and inviting bedrooms, every corner of the house feels like stepping into a page of literary history. This is where Mark Twain, our beloved American writer, wrote his biggest works, right?
Absolutely.
Huckleberry Finn,
Yep.
yeah, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, all those right in here.
Exactly right.
Right in Hartford.
How about it?
Ben, this has been great, man. But I'm getting a little hungry. Do you guys got a food court or a food hall or anything around here?
We sure do, Paul. It's called Parkville Market.
Oh, that sounds good. I got one question. How do I get there?
Paul, we can actually take the #1 ranked CT Fastrak bus rapid transit line. So let's do that.
That's great.
And while we were on there, you get to hear from Lisa Rivers, who was part of the original planning team that can tell you all about it.
Okay, that sounds fun. So talk to me about your BRT. I heard it's ranked #1 in the nation.
It is. 10 years ago, we opened CT Fastrak. There was definitely some controversy about it because, as you can see, it's a pretty fancy BRT. We've got our own right-of-way, ready to be built up into something new and fancy if ridership ever gets there. But we've been very successful, very pleased with the results overall.
That's great. And explain to me how it works. How does bus rapid transit work? What makes it different than a regular bus service?
So this is our own, it's a bus-only roadway that is between New Britain and Hartford.
Nice.
And bus service to ride the bus between New Britain and Hartford used to take around 52 minutes on local roads. but now with CT Fast Track in place, you can make it from end to end in 28 minutes.
Wow, cut the time in half.
Yep.
Or more.
Yep.
That's amazing.
And then we use it as a spine for other services that get on and off of the CT Fast Track guideway to give faster service to get out to Yukon Health in Farmington, to get to a major shopping mall in the West Hartford area, other places around there.
Matt, we just got off the CT Transit amazing BRT line that gets off right here at Parkville, and we're into your Parkville Market. This is great. I love food halls, man. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, so we're a food hall that has 22 food vendors, 3 bars, all under one roof. We showcase food from all over the globe, whether it's Brazilian, Japanese, Peruvian.
Yeah, this is Brazilian.
Yep.
These are, we just got Brazilian kebabs with vegetables. I watched her cook it. It was fantastic. Chicken and steak. We got a Peruvian ceviche here. Looks delicious. A Philly cheesesteak. I mean, you got it all. And what'd you get down there, Lisa?
A rice bowl, man.
A rice bowl. All right. Yeah. And tell me about the individual stalls and markets. Are these like first-time business owners? How does that work? You all work with them some, don't you?
So a lot of these vendors are first-time business owners, so we kind of teach and coach them the business aspect of how to run restaurants and get the startup costs kind of taken away for them. We actually pick up a lot of the equipment charges and things like that so that these guys really have a low overhead to kind of start up a business.
That's great, man. Well, I can't wait to dig in and see how good it is. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Enjoy.
Well, welcome to Hartford and welcome to our state capital.
Thanks, Garrett, man. This is great. Yeah. Well, Garrett, as the Commissioner of Transportation here in the state, I'm interested in, you all do a lot transit, but a lot of else, right? Tell us about that.
So Connecticut DOT, we're not just responsible for the state's highways. We also are responsible for a large portion of the state's bus network under the CT Transit umbrella, which is in Hartford, Stamford, New Haven, Waterbury, and a few other cities, but then also the state's rail system. So we have CT Rail, which goes from Springfield, Mass. Down to New Haven. We have the Shoreline East, which goes from New Haven to New London. We have Metro North Railroad, which goes from New Haven all the way into Grand Central Terminal in New York City. And then we have some branch lines as well. So we're a truly multimodal agency. We have 3,300 employees, and we've been growing. We're at our highest staffing level in a few decades. And we have a lot more work on the horizon that we're really trying to get underway to try and improve public transportation here in our state.
So Connecticut plays an interesting role, I think, kind of in the history of public transportation and transportation in general. Tell us about some of those fun facts that are, I think, places Connecticut uniquely.
Yeah, I mean, so Connecticut is kind of an innovator traditionally. We're not a huge powerhouse or huge state like others, but we did pass the first law regulating speed limits on our roadways. It was in 1901. We set the limit for city streets at 12 miles per hour and county roads at 15 miles per hour. We also had a history where the first presidential motorcade occurred here in Hartford with President Teddy Roosevelt was driving an electric car in 1902 on the streets of Hartford. But then we have a lot more involvement in transportation in general.
That's great, Garrett. And you know what else is great? Is this state capitol, man. I love this with the gold, 24 karat gold leaf dome. Would you mind taking a few minutes to show us around?
No, I'd love to.
Awesome, man. Let's do it.
So what we have here is the statue of Nathan Hale. He is officially our state's official hero. During the American Revolution, early on in the war, he was, I believe, 21 years old. He was a school teacher and in Connecticut, and he was caught by the British, and he was eventually hung shortly after being caught by them. But while he was, right before he was being hung by the British, his famous line, "I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country." So this is our state Senate chamber. There's 36 state senators who serve in here. They call it the Circle. It has a tradition of unlimited debate in here.
Unlimited?
Yeah, so they could filibuster as long as they wanted.
Next, we stopped at Lewis's Lunch, the birthplace of the American hamburger in New Haven. Since 1895, they've been serving burgers the same way. Fresh ground beef, grilled in cast iron presses on toasted white bread. No ketchup, no frills, just tradition. And of course, we had to try one for ourselves. And yes, that first bite was absolutely worth the trip. We were warmly welcomed to CT Transit's Liebert Road bus facility and got to see behind the scenes of the operations and maintenance with the leadership team. Tom, thanks for having us in today, man.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to spend time with us here in Connecticut.
Tom, tell us about CT Transit.
CT Transit operates the second largest system in New England, so we're very proud of our system here in Connecticut. Over 450 buses, 1,300 employees under the H&S brand for CT Transit, Hartford, New Haven, and Stamford.
I love visiting Operations Control Centers, or OCCs, from transit systems. It's where the dispatch and oversight of on-street operations takes place with lots of screens and dedicated staff. Bob, great to see you again, man. We used to work together back in D.C., and now you're up here in Connecticut. So what's your job here? What do you do?
I'm the AGM of maintenance. I handle all of the maintenance for all three divisions, the Hartford, New Haven, and Stamford divisions. We have over 500 buses and over 250 maintenance personnel at 3 locations.
One person for every 2 buses. That's pretty good, man. All right, so tell me about your new battery electric bus program.
Yep, our battery electric bus program started in 2021. We started with 12 initial buses. We were trying to get our feet wet and learn a little bit more about the electric bus program. We got a lot of experience with the first 11. The first 11 were fully electric. They had electric heaters, which again cut down on some of the range. So we learned that with our newest ones, the 2025s, we put diesel auxiliary heaters to extend the range.
That's great. These are new Flyers, your new ones?
These are new Flyers, FP40 models. And we've had very good luck with them. They've been pretty good in service.
Let's walk in and take a look at it.
Sure.
This is beautiful, Bob. It actually still has the new bus smell.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
Yeah, this is a fairly new bus. We've only had it in service for probably maybe 4 or 5 months, 6 months.
Yeah. So it's in service?
Yeah, it's in service.
How many do you have now in service?
We have a total of 45 of our own, plus we're running 8 of the Waterbury division's buses because their infrastructure is not ready yet.
That's awesome, Bob. So you got this your headquarters. You got the 3 divisions. While we're here, could we run through maintenance and maybe look at the chargers?
Sure, that'll be great.
I want to hop in that seat.
Paul, these are our inspection bays. This is where we do all of our inspections for all of our preventive maintenance.
Okay.
Our preventive maintenance, our goal is 100% compliance, and we usually do pretty well. We usually get pretty close, 99 to 100% every month. Paul, this is an area where we do a lot of our heavy maintenance on the buses. We do a lot of the defect repairs in this area, and all of our technicians are highly skilled. We do engine replacements, full replacements of engines, transmissions, things like that. The green buses here are Fastrak buses. This is a Nova Arctic. We also have some, next to it is one of our Gillette buses. They run on our dedicated guideway, throughout the towns of northern Connecticut here. This is our parts room. We have a $6 million parts inventory. We have parts here for all 3 divisions. So we supply the New Haven and Stamford divisions. Plus, we also supply our private operators. If they need parts that they can't, we have them in stock. We'll actually, sell them the parts to the private operators. This is one of our battery electric buses that's going to be being in work on. Right now, it's set up. We put the arc flash barriers around it. There's 4 foot around from the back of the bus. The battery packs are up on the roof. We got 4 battery packs up on the roof, and then the 2 white are the 2 rear battery packs in the normal engine compartment of a regular diesel bus.
Hey Paul, so guess what? This year we have a big milestone birthday. CT Transit turns 50 years old. So to celebrate, we've decked out 12 buses in old school commemorative colors. So check it out.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations. 50 years.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Looking forward to 50 more.
There you go.
Hey Paul, so here we are. It's the Great Hall of Hartford Union Station.
Dude, this is awesome.
We have a lot of rail service. We have over 240 miles of commuter rail lines throughout the state. Phenomenal rail service. This facility is home to both Amtrak and CT Rail's Hartford line.
Okay. That's great, man.
Beautiful, old, historic facility right in downtown Hartford.
That's beautiful.
Hey Paul, welcome to our CT Rail Hartford line service. We're going to start our journey. Before we start, are you thirsty?
Actually, I am. I try
Okay,
to always
great.
stay thirsty, my friends.
Because we have a carbon-friendly cola from our Hartford line just
Ah,
for you.
and what's that about?
So it's a soda that we developed for our Hartford line service for fun. We don't sell it on our trains. But if you click the QR code on it, it actually goes to a playlist on Spotify that has songs about trains and buses.
I can't wait. Woo, we're rolling here, Caroline. I mean, we were on this train moving.
Yeah, welcome to our CT Rail Hartford Line passenger rail service.
Great. Tell me about, you guys have big, extensive train work up here, don't you?
Yeah, so we have a very robust passenger rail network here in Connecticut. We have both commuter service as well as intercity passenger rail service. So many are familiar with our Metro North Railroad, that we have our commuter service that goes New Haven into Grand Central.
We're talking to Justin Vonishak, by the way, on this show.
Yeah, later today. We also have commuter service, our Shoreline East service that runs New Haven to New London.
Okay.
And then for our intercity passenger rail service, you're on it right now, our CT Rail Hartford Line service that runs between New Haven, Hartford, and Springfield.
So tell me about the service itself, where you're going, what's happening, all that.
Our CT Rail Hartford Line service, we launched it in 2018 in partnership with Massachusetts and Amtrak. So with the service, we expanded intercity passenger rail service between New Haven, Hartford, and Springfield. Not only do we expand that service, but our riders also connect down to New Haven, which gives them access to Metro North Railroad, our Shoreline East service, as well as all the Amtrak services, the Northeast Regional, as well as the Acela service. Our ridership numbers are really strong in Connecticut. In 2024, we moved over 30 million passengers between our commuter service and our intercity passenger rail services.
So Caroline, what do you got new that's coming up?
All right, so new on the infrastructure side, we're really excited to bring 3 new projects in the next coming years. We're currently in construction in our Windsor Lock station, which is a full new station. We basically moved the station a mile down the road, more into the downtown area, to kind of complement all the TOD and the economic development of the city. Hey Paul, so you see that our trains have been very well used. We love them while we launched the CT Rail Hartford Line service. But we love our MacPhersons, but we're really excited to bring on our new rail fleet. So we purchased 60 new rail cars from Alstom.
Wow.
With expected delivery in 2026 that we're really, really excited about. It's going to bring greater comfort to our passengers. We'll have 2x2 the seat capacity. We'll have foldable work table stations. We'll have bike storage, Wi-Fi, overhead luggage racks, and really just provide an enhanced, more comfortable service. The rail cars we're designing, they're going to be specific to the Hartford line.
Okay.
It's going to be very unique just for our Connecticut riders.
One thing people don't always realize is the power that trains have on economic development.
We've had hundreds of millions of dollars in economic development generated through these TODs along the stations, along the corridors.
Then it was on to Frank Pepe's, a New Haven legend and home of the original coal-fired pizza. Crispy, chewy, and delicious. It's easy to see why Pepe's is ranked as one of the best pizzerias in the nation.
All right, Paul, welcome to Frank Pepe Pizzeria Napolitana. We've been open 100 years here in New Haven, Connecticut.
This year, right?
This year is our 100th
Dude, way to go,
anniversary.
congrats.
Yeah, it's our big party.
Did you start it? No, I'm just messing.
No, I haven't been around quite that long.
You look great, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so here's our 3 beautiful Pepe's pies. We've got a classic pepperoni pie, nice and charred on the edges, loaded with pepperoni, mozzarella, tomato sauce, all good stuff. Here's our seasonal special, our fresh tomato pie. We carry this one during the summer. It's a big hit. Diced up tomatoes, marinated in garlic, olive oil, and basil with mozzarella. And then we've got Frank Pepe's Baby, the original tomato pie. Just let the tomatoes speak for themselves, grind them up into a nice sauce. Pecorino Romano, crust kissed by olive oil, nice and charred on the end.
And the olive oil, these things are coming right from Italy, right?
Right from Italy.
Wow, man, I can't wait. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's dig in.
Then it was a quick walk over to visit an iconic music club in New Haven, Toad's Place. This is awesome.
Thanks. We've been here for 50 years, and the biggest show in our entire career here, or my career in the club's history, was the Rolling Stones back in August 12th, that is, 1989. It was a secret show they were actually playing a stadium tour. So their stage was about the size of Toad's.
Yeah.
And we were really lucky to get it. And Jim Koplick from Live Nation kind of finessed his way through it and got them to play here because they were practicing in Connecticut up in the Washington area of Connecticut.
Yeah, Jim is a legend, isn't he, in music
He
production?
is. He's the top guy in music in Connecticut of all time. You know, he's the main guy for sure.
So you've got the kind of the oldest nightclub music venue, 50 years old around, and up on that stage behind us, you've had Johnny Cash.
Yep.
You've had Bob Dylan.
Right.
You've had all the big names, right?
That's right.
And you guys have a great music scene up here in Connecticut. Thanks for showing some of it.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
Here in New Haven, Metro North Railroad and CT Rail share a massive service yard and maintenance hub where trains are overhauled, repaired, and prepped before rolling out across the region. Justin, so as president of Metro North Railroad, you guys are part of the MTA, right?
100%, yes, sir.
But you also work closely with your neighbors to the north here in Connecticut, right?
We do. So Metro North operates 3 main lines, the Hudson and the Harlem, which are in New York, and then our third line is on the New Haven line, which we partner closely with Connecticut Department of Transportation, and we provide the service for them on the Connecticut side.
That's awesome. So I love the interconnectedness up here between these two states. I mean, a lot of people in Connecticut I know go to New York for jobs and stuff, but tell us more about the overall picture of Metro North Railroad and the work you all are doing.
Sure, so Metro North has about 7,000 employees. We carry about 240,000 customers a day. About 110,000 of those are on the New Haven line. So we operate 98% on-time performance. So it's something we're very proud of. Over the past 6 years, we've been operating 97% or better.
That's awesome.
This past year, it's been 98%. So it's a service we're extremely proud of.
So this is a pretty cool facility. Do you all work with Connecticut Rail, like on this? It's a joint facility?
It's a joint facility, but Metro North is responsible for the maintenance of our vehicles here.
Okay.
So these are our M8 equipment. So we do the 10-year changeout, which is right here. And then we also have the other 2 tracks are running repairs.
Alicia, this is great. Union Station in New Haven. Tell me about it.
Yeah, welcome to New Haven. So this building is really amazing, and it's actually the 3rd building that's been on this spot. Originally, the first Union Station was built here in New Haven in 1848.
Wow.
And that station was replaced in 1875. And that building lasted here until 1918 when a fire destroyed the structure. So this building was built here in 1920, and it's stood here ever since.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we love it. It has so many really interesting architectural details, and we've just entered into a project to redo the whole interior.
Oh, wow. And you've got, it looks like a lot of services that come in here, mobility services.
Yeah.
Who's coming in here?
This is a great multimodal hub. We have Amtrak, where we have over 700,000 passengers traveling through here on Amtrak every year. It's the busiest Amtrak station in Connecticut and the 10th busiest across the country.
Wow.
We also have Metro North service here that goes from New Haven down to Grand Central Station in New York City. And we also have CT Rides, which is the Hartford line, which goes from New Haven up to Hartford. We also have tons of both regional and local bus service right here from the station.
So big multimodal hub.
Big multimodal hub.
So tell me where we're at.
Hey Paul, welcome to Connecticut. We're here at the Chester Hadlyme Ferry. Excited to have you here. The state of Connecticut operates 2 seasonal ferry services across the Connecticut River. This is one of them, the Chester Hadlyme Ferry. We're excited to have you aboard and looking forward to talking more about it.
So tell me how it works. Here's Ben bringing in his car. What do we do? What do we do?
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. So cars will stage right here at the gate. Once the car arrives, there's a sensor in the pavement that triggers a light for the ferry if it's on the other side of the river. The ferry captain or the mate will see the light and it signals the ferry to come and cross. The crossing itself is really only 3 minutes, so it's on demand, so the ferry will come as needed and carry folks across the river.
All right. All right, we're on the way, huh?
Yes, sir. We're starting our journey across the river to the Hadlyme side. Right now we're aboard the MV Selden 3. The Selden 3's got some history to her. She was commissioned to be built by the state in 1941. Her keel was laid. Due to the shortages of steel in World War II, she actually wasn't splashed until 1949 and then put into service in 1950.
Tell me about this castle we're coming up to.
Of course, so Gillette Castle, very mutually beneficial relationship for our service here. You'll see it's a great view, and then when you go up there shortly, it's a great view of the river and the boat from up there. So early 1900s, William Gillette from Broadway, which you'll find out more about, built that castle. There's some great stories from previous ferry captains of him coming barreling down the mountain on a motorcycle and came onto the ferry and went right off the other side. So.
The first Evel Knievel.
Yeah, exactly. He's fantastic, fantastic supporter of the ferry and a great iconic piece to this service here. Really draws in folks from all over the state, all over the country, really.
And you have ferries in other places too, right?
Yeah, so about 30 miles upriver, we have notably our most historic ferry, the Rocky Hill Glastonbury Ferry. Started in 1655.
Wow.
So it's the nation's oldest continuing running ferry. And then, this is our younger of the two, I guess you could say, started in 1769.
With his hand firmly on the control, the captain let me steer in. No cars were lost or damaged during the filming of this segment. All right, so we've just come over the river, and there's Gillette Castle that we saw from down there. So this guy, William Gillette, built this castle between the years 1914 and 1919. He actually was the first guy, the first actor, American actor, who portrayed Sherlock Holmes. And that's how he made his fortune and fame. And one day, he was riding his boat right up this river right here, and he saw the Connecticut River and saw this spot and said, that's where I want to build my castle. Let's go check it out. All right, let's go in.
Okay, so this is Gillette's living room. He always called it the Great Hall, as you can probably tell why. It is 50 by 30. It's the largest room in the castle. The ceiling is 19 feet. The wooden beams you see are actually covering I-beams. He framed the whole castle with steel I-beams. That was a pretty new construction method back then, but he wanted to make sure that it held up with all this massive amount of stone in here. He lived here by himself with 15 to 20 cats at any given time. He was married at one time. Unfortunately, his wife passed away after only 4 years of marriage, and he promised her he would never remarry. And he didn't, so he lived here by himself with all his cats. Wow. They were allowed to climb up the fireplace. They would stay outside all day, but at night the cook would ring a bell and all the cats would come tearing into the house for their supper. In fact, we call this the cat table because if you notice, it has all these little cat toys underneath. He had it built as a card table. So while he was playing cards, the cats could entertain themselves. So this was his study. He got a lot of work done at this desk. He was a self-taught architect and engineer, never went to school for any of that. So you see this tiny little drafting set here. So I'm sure he would, write letters, maybe draw up plans. And then when guests came, we call this the secret door. This goes out into the stairway. You can make some kind of a theatrical presentation. Apparently a lot of people would just show up wanting to meet him that he didn't know, in which case he could go out the door and sneak on upstairs because there's plenty of places to hide in the castle.
We wrapped up the night in the Amphitheater in Bridgeport with an incredible concert. Styx and the former lead singer of REO Speedwagon and his band, Kevin Cronin. What a great show. I even caught up with the lead singers of both groups before the show. Tommy, rock and roll, baby. Great to have you here.
Oh, man,
I appreciate you
nice
being on our show.
Yeah, it was great. We really loved the first time we were playing here.
That's great, man. Yeah.
It's such a great idea to put a roof over this place and
yeah.
make it into a place where bands like us can come and play.
Yep, and the trains are right there, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great, man. So, you know, I love your band. You were the soundtrack of my life when I was a teenager in my 20s, so thank you for all the wonderful music you've done. But your band's been around a long time, and you've been touring, and you're still out bringing out 5,000-10,000 fans at a show like you are tonight. What fuels you to keep going out and, you know, connecting on the road with your fans like this?
Well, it's something, you know, you I don't know if you can go to school for it. It's just something that you discover within yourself. I knew it when I was 9 years old. I wanted to get my hands on a guitar, and this is, I'm aging myself. This is when, like, the Kingston Trio was popular.
So just 10 or 15 years ago.
And they had a guitar that I think just had, you know, like 4 strings on it, or it wasn't like the guitars that we use.
Yeah, yeah. Kevin, man, I can't believe I'm here with you. REO Speedwagon is, you know, one of the iconic bands of my teenage years and 20s. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes with us.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah, so I'm excited you're here tonight with Styx, and you know, both your bands have iconic music, but you wrote 2 songs that, you know, have become to me like anthems for my life, and they are "Keep on Loving You" and "Can't Fight This Feeling." I'm gonna keep on. Dude, I mean, you wrote those. What was going on in your mind when you wrote those songs? They're just amazing.
Well, you know, songwriting is a very mystical experience.
Yeah.
There's kind of no rules. There's no norms. As a songwriter, you just got to be ready when the spirit moves you. And you know, normally it's well, in the case of "Keep on Loving You," I woke up in the middle of the night, you know, stumbled down to my little in-house recording studio, which was, you know, the size of this chair, basically.
Yeah,
yeah. And I just had these 3 chords in my head.
Okay.
The intro, dum bum 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 bum, and I just started playing those on my little electric piano. And usually, for me, if I have a musical idea, or if I'm just sitting there, kind of putzing around with the guitar, eventually if I stick with it long enough, something will start to develop musically, and then it just kind of depends on what's going on inside. And I had a lot going on inside of me when I wrote "Keep on Loving You," and but you know, I find that I usually write the verses first.
Okay.
With songs. That's just been not because I try to do that.
Yeah.
That's just what usually happens.
Music and words? Or-
Yeah.
Okay.
And then and usually the angst, or the you know, the loneliness, or the pain, that type of, you know, those type of emotions come up first.
Okay.
And that becomes the verses. That becomes the story. And then at some time in the future, whether it's the next day, the next week, in the case of "Keep on Loving You," it was the next day, the chorus came, and the chorus normally in my songs ends up being the hopefulness. So the verses are kind of the angst that where the emotion came from. And if you listen to "Keep on Loving You," those verses are pretty dark, but in the chorus it's like, but I'm gonna keep on loving you. So it's a hopeful song. And "Can't Fight This Feeling" was the same thing, except that in the case of "Can't Fight This Feeling," the chorus came 10 years after the verses.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's just no
in the laboratory of your subconscious, it was working. Yeah.
I wrote a number of horrible choruses for that song.
Okay.
But finally came upon the real thing.
So Paul, thanks a lot for coming to the Constitution State. It was great to have you. Hope you had fun.
Thanks, my friend. It was awesome.
Good
Connecticut rocks.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
good to see you.
Tell Commissioner Eucalitto and Deputy Commissioner King how much I appreciate them being on the show. They are really rock stars.
Absolutely will do.
All right, take
Thanks
care,
again.
man. Yeah, absolutely. What a great time we've had here in Connecticut, where we've shown you inside the state capitol, inside the food, fun, and culture of this amazing state, and inside and behind the scenes of their public transportation system. I've really been impressed with guys like Ben Limmer and his team, and Justin Vonishek from Metro North Railroad and their entire teams. The professionalism and dedication to improving public transportation for all the public good is something really to be admired. Thanks for being with us on this episode. We'll come to you next month with another amazing city on Transit Unplugged TV.